I played a really cute little puzzle game recently. Not too many games. I haven't played too many games recently. Just because I don't know, been in that kind of like frazzled, my sleep kind of state. But I did play a really cute little puzzle game called Hue. Hue, like the colors, like colors, hue. It is this, oh God, it's like really short. It took me like 6 hours to get through. The premise of Hue is that the whole game is it's this little side-scrolling kind of platformer where you're a little boy named Hugh, and everything is in monochrome. Everything is black and white. But you have a ring that lets you change the background color to one of however many. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 different colors, eventually. You unlock more as you go through the game. Pretty rapidly. So essentially the main puzzle mechanic of the game is changing colors because there are items in the world, basically interactable objects, like say a box. So the box will be, so by default you walk into a room and it's all gray, right? The background is this sort of gray sky sort of look. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Everything's discernible and distinguishable, but the solid unchanging things are going to be like black with little white outlines. There will be objects in the room that are colored. So for instance, blue. So there's like a blue crate and you can push it around, you can hop on it and everything. It has gravity, it'll weigh down pressure plates, it'll block things, stuff like that. If you switch the background to be blue, so the crates, all the interactable objects, they have no outlines. So when you switch the background to be blue, the crate blends into the background and it literally ceases to exist. If you just see the visual effect, it's like it just gets absorbed into the color. And so it ceasing to exist has implications on puzzles and such. And it gets progressively more complicated the more colors that you get and stuff that you have to balance out. So like for instance, an example of a puzzle is just like a really simple one, like one of the first things you're asked to do excuse me, is there's a big rock that you can't get through, and it's blue, and you just have to switch the background to blue so that you can cross it. Oh, okay. There's other rooms where I'm just trying to randomly look, there's some like really complicated puzzles that I remember from later on in the game. But it'll be something like, I'll just make one up. Let's say there's a green box and there's a pressure plate, and there's two doors. There's two doors to get to the exit that like will raise and lower. These doors raise and lower to get to the exit. If you weigh down the pressure plate, one of the doors slides up, but the other one slides down. And if there's nothing on the pressure plate, vice versa happens. So how would you solve it? You'd push like the green box over to the pressure plate so that one of the doors slides up. You walk through that, turn the background green, and then the crate ceases to exist. The plate lifts up, and then you walk through the other door, which opens. There's also a little bit more like quick on-the-fly color switching with stuff. Like there's a couple moments in the game where there will be boulders falling of various colors, and there is no way to avoid them. You just have to react. And luckily, when you open up the little menu it's like a little radial menu around your character, time slows down. Like really, like it was never an issue for me that something happened too fast. But you gotta quickly switch between colors to essentially have them roll through you and stuff like that. The game was overall pretty easy, but near the end it got the difficulty of the puzzles got stepped up quite a bit. Just kind of like a short and sweet game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. and I would recommend it if it sounds fun or interesting to you. It has a very light little story that's mostly told through the goal is you're trying to find your mom, who has become invisible because she's blended into the background, much like the things in the game when you switch colors. So you're trying to find her. And most of the story is just given through these letters that she sends you that are read aloud while you're playing. And then, I don't know, some like little postulating on the idea of perception and seeing, only being able to see things within a certain color spectrum, and how things don't have like set colors necessarily, but it's just what we interpret. Some fun, neat little stuff. It's a cool game. I would recommend it. I had fun with it. It took me about 6 hours.